Hey there, welcome to Patches and Power-Ups, where we're going to talk about the latest gaming news that's happened recently. So the BBC just put out an article documenting how realistic GTA's new Miami is going to be for GTA 6, and unsurprisingly, there was quite a few real stories used as reference in the game. It seemed quite surprising to the BBC article that this was actually the case, but to be fair, I don't think it should surprise anyone that GTA pulls from some real life events in order to fabricate parts of its story and even its world. It's been a common association with GTA that's even mentioned in the article that GTA draws from real-world experiences, places, and even people to use for its source material. So, with that in mind, I guess we can look forward to seeing some dazzling Miami sights and, let's be honest, some real Florida headlines when we start playing the game. Sega has announced that they plan on rebooting 5 different video game franchises. Apparently, the company is not really quite happy with the direction that it's been held up by only a few game titles over the last few years, so they're hoping to reboot a vast majority of their titles to further float the company. The current list of titles includes Jet Set Radio, which we already knew about, as well as Streets of Rage, Golden Axe, Shinobi, and Crazy Taxi. Now, I'm familiar with some of these, and I'm sure some of you are as well, but it's quite interesting that all of them are getting a reboot, so we should start to see them within the next couple of years. Honestly, I'm kind of excited to see what these might look like. We know that there was a big discussion in the internal development office as to how they could make these more dramatic, so hopefully they won't lose the core spirit of what made these games popular to begin with, but will give them new life for a new generation. Also, perhaps quite interesting, we've learned that the new Fallout TV show had some very strict ground rules for its development. While nobody from the gaming development office was directly involved in the series, we do know that the people who made the TV show were given a strict set of ground rules. Mostly, they had to follow items like the series had to be set in America. They were not allowed to develop it in any other country, and they were to still explore the nature and themes of American exceptionalism, as well as ideas tied to America around the period in which Fallout is, which, funny given that Fallout is set in the future, but let's be honest, is really exploring a lot of the ideas that came up in, the 1950s American setting. And it has been revealed that players will more than likely have to get an SSD for Final Fantasy XVI. It's been obviously a more common phenomenon within recent years for players to want to get an SSD. It's just easier to handle game loads that way. But the actual producer of Final Fantasy XVI has said that this game will require an SSD. So if you don't have one of those and you plan on playing this game, now is really the time to start looking into one. That's what we had for today. I'll see you later.